The vast expanse of our planet is a complex tapestry woven from threads of human history, cultural development, and the relentless march of technological progress. When we think of famous landmarks or world-renowned destinations, our minds naturally gravitate toward the sprawling metropolises of Europe, the ancient ruins of Asia, or the bustling economic hubs of North America. We view the world through a lens of human achievement, identifying geography by the civilizations that conquered it or the industries that now define it. However, tucked away in the remote corners of the world's oceans, there exist unique ecosystems that challenge our human-centric worldview. These are places where the conventional hierarchy of life is inverted, where humans are not the masters of the land, but are instead humble guests in a territory governed by entirely different rules. On these extraordinary islands, animals hold undisputed dominion, outnumbering and outmaneuvering their human counterparts in ways that seem like scenes from a surrealist novel. This is not a work of fiction or a biological fantasy, but 100% reality that exists in various pockets of the globe. In these regions, the social and environmental structures are dictated by the needs and behaviors of the local fauna, creating a fascinating dynamic that draws curious travelers and scientists alike. From the domestic comfort of friendly felines to the wild majesty of swimming mammals and even the lethal territory of venomous reptiles, these islands have become specialized sanctuaries where animal populations flourish far beyond human interference. In the following exploration, we will dive deep into the specific histories, ecological circumstances, and modern realities of these animal-led empires to understand how they came to be and what they represent in our rapidly changing world. One of the most heartwarming yet visually overwhelming examples of this phenomenon can be found on the small Japanese island of Aoshima, famously known across the globe as Cat Island. Located in the Ehime prefecture, Aoshima is a quiet, humble place that was once a thriving fishing village, but today it serves as a massive open-air sanctuary for hundreds of cats. The history of how these felines came to dominate the island is a perfect example of unintended consequences in ecological management. Decades ago, the local fishermen were plagued by a significant rodent problem. Mice were chewing through their nets and infesting their wooden boats, threatening the very livelihood that sustained the community. To combat this, the residents introduced a few cats to the island to act as a natural form of pest control. However, as the human population began to dwindle, with younger generations moving to the mainland for work and the elderly population slowly passing away, the cats were left to their own devices. Without natural predators and with plenty of scraps from the remaining fishermen, the cat population exploded. Today, the cats outnumber the human residents by a staggering ratio, often cited as 6-to-1 or higher. When tourists arrive at the small harbor, they are met with a sea of fur and whiskers as dozens of cats descend upon the pier to greet the boat, hoping for treats. The cats are everywhere, lounging on the tiled roofs of traditional houses, prowling through the narrow, quiet streets, and sunning themselves in public squares. While the human presence on Aoshima is now minimal, the cats have created a vibrant, bustling society of their own, making the island a bucket list destination for feline enthusiasts who wish to experience a world where the cat is king. Continuing our journey through Japan's unique animal sanctuaries, we encounter the island of Okunoshima, which has earned the endearing nickname of Rabbit Island. Unlike the functional origins of Cat Island, the story of Okunoshima is rooted in a much darker and more secretive past. During the early to mid-20th century, specifically around the time of the Second World War, the Japanese military used this isolated island as a top-secret facility for the production of chemical weapons, including lethal gases. Because the operations were highly classified, the island was even removed from some maps of the era. Legend has it that rabbits were brought to the island as test subjects for the chemical agents to ensure the safety of the working environment for humans. After the war ended and the laboratories were decommissioned and destroyed, it is believed that some of the surviving rabbits were released by workers or found their way out of confinement. In the absence of human residents and natural predators like dogs or cats, which are strictly prohibited on the island today, the rabbits thrived in the lush green environment. Today, the transition from a site of chemical warfare to a haven for thousands of fluffy, long-eared inhabitants is complete. The rabbits of Okunoshima are remarkably bold, often hopping right up to visitors to beg for food or to simply investigate the newcomers. The island is entirely car-free to ensure the safety of its fuzzy residents, allowing them to hop freely across the forest paths and coastal roads. For the locals and tourists who visit, the sight of hundreds of rabbits gathering in a single clearing is a profound reminder of nature's ability to reclaim and transform even the most somber of human spaces into something filled with life and joy. Moving from the temperate climates of East Asia to the crystal-clear turquoise waters of the Caribbean, we find one of the most Instagram-famous animal colonies in the world, Pig Beach in the Bahamas. Located on the uninhabited island of Big Major Cay, this destination has become a global sensation because of its resident population of swimming pigs. It is truly a bizarre sight to behold, large pink and spotted pigs paddling through the warm salt water, approaching yachts and motorboats with the grace of trained swimmers. There are several competing theories regarding how these farm animals ended up on a remote Caribbean island. Some locals suggest that a group of sailors left the pigs there with the intention of returning to cook them, but never made it back, while others believe the pigs survived a nearby shipwreck and swam to the safety of the shore. A more cynical theory suggests the pigs were intentionally placed there as a tourist attraction, but regardless of their origin, they have adapted perfectly to their tropical lifestyle. These pigs are not your typical farm dwellers. They spend their days basking on the white sandy beaches and cooling off in the ocean. They have become incredibly socialized, recognizing the sound of boat engines as a dinner bell, as tourists frequently bring them fresh fruit and vegetables. The pigs are known to be friendly and inquisitive, often posing for selfies and swimming alongside visitors who jump into the water to join them. In the Bahamas, where most tourism focuses on luxury resorts and coral reefs, Pig Beach offers a whimsical alternative where the local royalty is a group of aquatic swine who have mastered the art of island living. Venturing further north into the rugged and often unforgiving environment of the North Atlantic, we discover Sable Island, a narrow, crescent-shaped sandbar located off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada. Known as the Graveyard of the Atlantic due to the hundreds of shipwrecks that have occurred along its treacherous shores over the centuries, Sable Island is home to a majestic and resilient population of wild horses. These horses are not native to the island. They are the descendants of animals that were likely left there in the 18th century by settlers or survived shipwrecks. Over generations, these horses have evolved to survive in a harsh environment with limited resources, feeding on the tough marram grass that stabilizes the island's sand dunes and drinking from freshwater ponds. Unlike the socialized cats of Aoshima or the friendly pigs of the Bahamas, the horses of Sable Island are truly wild. They are protected by Canadian law, and human interference is kept to an absolute minimum to preserve their natural behavior and the delicate ecology of the island. There are no permanent residents on Sable Island, only a handful of researchers and park wardens who monitor the environment. The sight of these wild horses galloping along the wind-swept beaches, their manes flying in the salty breeze, provides a powerful image of untamed nature. The island remains a remote and difficult place to visit, ensuring that the horses can continue to live their lives in peace, free from the noise and clutter of modern civilization. Their presence on such a small, isolated strip of land in the middle of a vast ocean is a testament to the endurance and adaptability of life. While the previous examples focus on animals that evoke feelings of warmth or admiration, there is one island that commands a very different type of respect, one rooted in fear and self-preservation. Off the coast of Brazil, near the city of Sao Paulo, lies Ilha da Queimada Grande, more commonly known as Snake Island. This is perhaps the only place on Earth where the animal population is so dominant and so dangerous that the government has strictly prohibited humans from stepping foot on the land. The island is the exclusive home of the golden lancehead viper, one of the most venomous snakes in existence.
Thousands of years ago, rising sea levels cut